Welcome to Azad Bioacademy. Today I will talk about innate immunity. In my last lecture, I tried to cover the basic of immunity. Okay, so firstly, we have to know what does it mean actually, the innate immunity. So innate immunity means the inborn immunity, inborn ability of your defense system against the foreign substances. Okay, so this is the first line defense system of your body. So this is inborn defense system, this is the first line defense system, and you can also say this is the non-specific immune system. That means it has a broader range to attack the foreign substances, not specific. Okay, and another one is it's a very quick defense system. That means abruptly when you will exposure to the environment and when microorganism will enter within your body, then it will firstly or quickly attack the microorganism. Okay, and before entering, of course, your body has innate immunity to make a barrier that will prevent to enter the microorganism into your body. Okay, so innate immunity is like that. Okay, so innate immunity will occur as a several events. Okay, so I will try to give you some little information on the basic events, and one after another I will discuss in my next lecture. Okay, so firstly I have to I will discuss about the innate immunity as like one is physical barrier. Physical barrier. That means your physical barrier can act as a innate immunity, like your skin, like your mucous membrane, mucus, like in your respiratory tract has a mucus, your GI tract, your urogenital organs has mucus, and that mucus will prevent to enter the microorganism into your body as like skin. Okay, so these are the physical barrier of your body that is considered as a innate immunity. Another one is the chemical barrier. Okay, chemical barrier. So chemical barrier means your body has some chemical substances that will instantly attack the microorganism. Like your GI tract, stomach has hydrochloric acid. Okay, when microorganism will enter through your oral route, then your HCl degrade the microorganism. Suppose our eyes are exposure to the environment directly, and frequently microorganism just try to enter into the eyes. So eyes has a tear, and tear contain a antimicrobial substance, huh, like lysozyme. Okay, so such type of chemicals can act as a barrier to enter the microorganism into your body. So this is also the chemical barrier as a innate immunity. Okay, now your body is failed to defend it by inhibiting the entry of microorganism into your body by the barriers. Okay, so then what will happen? Your microorganism will enter within your body. Then what will happen? And that will be discussed in innate immunity. Actually, I will discuss in the later on. That is, when microorganism will enter within your body, then your innate immune cell will try to recognize it. This is foreign or this is your own cell. Okay, firstly they will recognize. After that, they will arrange the event. Innate immunity and your cell tissues will arrange the event that is called inflammation. That is the arrangement of microorganism, that arrangement of immune cell into the attacking area. Okay, affected area. So inflammation, and then another event, microorganism will just your immunocell will come into the affected area, and they will try to recognize it. They try to phagocyte it, and they try to kill them. So such events will occur. Okay, so Firstly, microorganism will enter, or your injurious cell tissues will act as a foreign substance, and your immunocell will work against them. So inflammation will occur, and if your body immunosystem will win, so no problem. If your body fails to manage it, then another immunity will come, that is adaptive immunity. Okay, so actually I just try to say the barrier, physical chemical barrier, and then the events of cellular events, that is microorganism and your immunocell. Okay, so recognition and then phagocytosis. Before that, inflammation. We will discuss later on the details, inflammation, and how your immunocell will recognize the recognition pattern, and then phagocytosis. Okay, so today's topic, actually, don't try to be bookish. Try to understand the whole event as metaphorically, as like think about areas, or the local areas where the areas is protected by different types of law and order situation, management system. Every areas must have the like guard, night watchman, and the local police or village police, like that. So how a local area will prevent to enter any uh, enemies into that area? Okay, so I just no delay, I'm trying to say about the involvement of different types of immunocells with the innate immunity, and metaphorically I will try to explain it according to their function. Okay, so think about the defense system of a local area, or even a country, and then try to connect it with the metaphorical meaning. Okay, so today's one of the major discussion area is cells which are connected with the innate immunity, and what would be their major role. Okay, so come to the point. That is, first one is neutrophil. Okay, so neutrophil, neutrophil is another immunocell, comes from the bone marrow, and always present in the bloodstream. And when microbial attack occur within the bloodstream, or even cell in tissue level, then abruptly, quickly, the responder cell is neutrophil. You can say first immunocell that come first to attack the microorganism, that is the neutrophil. Okay, so according to its function, you can say in metaphorical meaning, that is a rapid defender. That means quick, make a quick defense against the foreign substances. Another one, you can say a rapid responder, first and quick response against the foreign substances. Okay, so it has a phagocytic role, it has the killing role against the microorganism within the bloodstream as well as the within the tissues. Okay, second one is the dendritic cell. Okay, so dendritic cell is another immunocell which is basically connected with innate immunity, although it is also connected with adaptive immunity. So dendritic cell, you can say, is a antigen presenting cell. Okay, suppose neutrophils fail to kill or phagocyte the microorganism, then dendritic cell will capture it, and it will just present this microorganism or part of microorganism to another immunocell or neighbor cell tissues. That means, okay, here is the problem. Some foreign enemies already attacked us, so please help us out, like that. So according to according to their role, you can say it is as a immunomessenger. That means it will carry a message to the neighbor areas or other immunocells. Okay, here is some problem. Another, you can say the information courier. That means the courier service, that will carry information. Which information? hot type of microorganism attack and in hot extent microorganism attack. That will depends on the microorganism nature of microorganism as well as your immunosystem. So this is the immunomessenger or information courier. And the third one is the complement. The complement protein. Complement protein is always important to it will help the immuno events, innate immuno events in different stages. Like it can help to recognize the microorganism, it can help to opsonize the microorganism, it can help to phagocyte the microorganism. In such stage, a complement protein can help. So you can say these are the reinforcement protein. You can say it's a coordinator substance that will coordinate among the immunocells. Okay, and you can say this is the assistant of immunosystem, innate immunosystem. Okay, so complement protein present in bloodstream, also present in the cell and tissues during the attack. And then another one is very important is the macrophage. The matured form of monocyte which is present activated within the cell tissues, that is the macrophage. And macrophage has a vital role. Macrophage can actually try to just make a blueprint of the immunosystem, of innate immunosystem. In hot extent it will just stay, or how I will make a plan to attack. Such type of things can be arranged by the macrophage. And that macrophage, just I will explain about the metaphorical meaning, and then I will come back again to the macrophage role. That is immunoarchitect. The architect that will create a architectural structure. That means how they will attack and what type of microorganism already exposure to you, and that will make a plan. And that is the wise protector. So wise means the knowledgeable person. So the macrophage has a knowledge to arrange or to take a plan how your immunosystem will attack or manage the microorganism. And then you can say watchdog. No, watchdog, everything will under your control, under your in vigilance, like that. Okay, so the macrophage, suppose microorganism already attack and already neutrophil fail to kill it, and the macrophage will just engulf it, that is by the phagocytosis process. And some substance, some part of the microorganism as an antigen that will present as like that will raise a flag. Okay, here the microorganism already attacked there, please come. That will give the information to the adaptive immunity. So this is the very big role. So you can say macrophage also has a antigen presenting role. Okay, that antigen can be presented by the macrophage to the other immunocells. So this is the very important innate immuno cell. Okay, and next one is the natural killer cell. The natural killer cell. In my last lecture, I said this is the it has both role as a police and as an army. So this is the phagocytic. It is basically lymphocyte cell, and that can be called as a vigilant guard. That means always everything it will observe and it will kill. And what type of observation? Which enemies will just loitering here and there, which microorganism will enter into the cell, and that natural killer cell will find out the traitor cell. That means within our cell microorganism will enter, and the NK cell will find out and they'll kill with the cell. Okay, so this is the very important, as like a night watchman like activities. And you can say the vigilance as a guard. Okay, So next one is the eosinophil. Eosinophils, the blood component WBC. This eosinophil is basically responsible for patrolling against the parasite. Okay, the microorganism is parasite. The parasitic microorganism, eosinophil play important role against the parasite. Although eosinophil has another immunological role as a part of innate immunity. And the next one is the basophil. So basophil, the basophil is responsible for producing histamine. This histamine, histamine can act as a vasodilator, and that will arrange the entry of different immunocells into the affected areas. So basophil will act as a alarm setter. Alarm, that means the alarm will be performed, that is, okay, here the microorganism already enter, so come, that is whistle alarm, so that can be managed by the basophil by releasing histamine. Okay, another one is mast cell. The mast cell is which is present within our connective tissues, within our tissues, as a guardian of the tissue. Why it is called guardian of the tissue? Mast cell can produce histamine, mast cell can produce cytokine, mast cell can produce other vasodilator. That means when a local area will be affected by the injury or foreign particle, then your mast cell will be activated, and that will release some substances as like watercoids or other immunocell system, signaling factors, and that will quickly arrange the immunosystem to fight against them. So in the local guardian, you can say, so that is the guardian of the tissues. Okay, next one is the epithelial cell. So epithelial cell basically here is considered the mucous membrane. The layer of the mucous membrane that is act as a protective layer. So you can say this is the first line defense. Another one you can say as like a wall, that is the barricade that will inhibit to enter any microorganism into our body. So this is the epithelial cell. And the endothelial cell, endothelial cell also have one kind of epithelial cell. This endothelial cell, endothelial cell is responsible for producing cytokine, nitric oxide, and other substances that will maintain the vasodilation process, and so it will increase the pore of the blood vessel or close the blood vessel. So that can act as a metaphorically, you can say, gatekeeper. Okay, so which substances or which microorganism, immunocell will quickly come into the affected area, that will be maintained by the endothelial with other immunosystem. That means it has a important role to manage the cellular events of the microorganism from inside to outside of the blood vessels. And next one is the platelet. The platelet, role of platelet. But here, the when innate immunity, that means the innate immunity in the first stage inflammation occur. So the cellular events and the cell tissues will damage, and finally what will happen? Repairing occur. So when any places when injury will occur, then finally the platelet will inhibit the platelet will just form a clot, and that will seal the wounding. So you can say the sealer of the wound. Okay, this is the additional function of the platelet. Hmm. The platelet is a coagulation factor of your blood. Okay, so overall, I will say in my next lecture, the lecture topic will be how microorganism will be recognized by the immunocell, that is innate immunity cell, and then next one will be on phagocytosis. So before that, I'm just at the end of my today's lecture. That is innate immunity, first line defense system, that is the quicker defense system and broader defense system within your body, and these cells is basically are highly connected with the innate immunity, that is with your first line immunity. So if you have any question, then please make comment in my in the comment box, and give a suggestion for the better getting better videos. So thank you very much.